Hello, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in today. So basically, it's just more like a life update and just sharing my thoughts on the topic. I was having a conversation with my husband recently. I was actually creating a reel, and my husband heard the reel and he started laughing and he was like, "Hey, what happened to my wife?" And I'm like, "How?" And he was like, before I used to be the one that really used to put things out there, and I would practically like be begging you to put out things, and we tried severally and it just wasn't working. So what happened? And I told him, yeah, purpose. That may sound funny, right? So let's go back down memory lane. For me, before I really wasn't really into posting on social media, but over time, I would say, let's say in the past, getting to 2 years, maybe a year plus, um, I saw the need to do it. I remember attending a master class in January 2023, and the speaker talked about the need to have a social media presence. I actually didn't see um, the need. Yes, I understood what she was saying, but I kept asking myself, okay, what am I going to post? Like, what am I going to share? What am I going to talk about? Because other than myself, like my family, I didn't really see the need at that period of my life. So the first thing I would say is there are times when you are in a season of life where you're just not in for social media. It's just not a priority for you at that point in time in your life. And I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with that. There was a season of my life when I experienced such. So basically, that was the period I was just trying to figure out so many things about me, getting married, started having kids, growing in my career. The last thing I was even thinking about was putting things out on social media. So the question now is what changed about me? For me, I would say that the fact that I gained clarity of purpose. So by the time I Women Lighthouse was birthed, that was when I became more aware of the need to put myself out there on social media. So that's the first thing I would say, that I gained clarity of purpose, and social media was like the first pulpit I had. Yes, I had other pulpits, but the first pulpit I leveraged on when I began Women Lighthouse was social media. So I saw even when I would put things out there initially, I felt so will I use the word shy? Someone told me shy is not a fruit of the spirit, and I agree. But like I felt inadequate. I wasn't confident. I think that's the word. I wasn't confident enough to really put things out there. I felt like, oh, this thing I'm putting self, what will people say? What will people think? What I'm saying doesn't even make sense. But the more I began to understand clarity of purpose and I saw the need, why did I see the need? I knew that there are three things that define my life, and there are three things that when you come in contact with me, you would definitely encounter. The first thing is inspiration. I knew that I just wanted to inspire people out there through my experience and through my expertise. So the need to inspire people out there is what forms my content. Then also the need to educate women, not even just people. Let me narrow it down. Basically women, young African women. So the need to also educate them on certain things that are important for them to have a flourishing future as women is what also forms my content. Then also the need to guide them. So these three things are what defines what I put out there. I don't, you need to understand why you're doing what you're doing. You need to, when you know your why, you can use social media to your advantage. If your why is to have followers, like for me, followership is not my goal, because I know in due season, those that need to follow me would definitely follow me. So I will not start up social media and say, oh, my goal is to have 10,000 followers, to have 50,000 followers. So I'll begin to put things out there that I feel they want to hear. So for me, in all honesty, when I put things out there, I don't necessarily think about, oh, what would these people want to hear? Okay, let me put those things out there. No, most times the things that I put out there are the things that are inspired by the Holy Spirit, in all honesty. It may sound cliche, but that's the truth for me. When the Holy Spirit speaks to my heart about something, I know that's a word I need to get out there. Most of the things I even put out there, the Holy Spirit is also speaking to me about it, not just something to tell people, but things that is also dealing with me about. And I come out there and I use it as a source of inspiration to people out there. So you need to know why you are doing what you're doing. When you know why you need to do, you now understand what your audience needs. It's easy to guide you through the kind of content you create. So for me, like I said, first, it was a season of life that I had entered into. Then I had gained clarity of purpose. Then I knew why I wanted to do what I wanted to do, which is to inspire, to educate, and to guide women towards living purposeful and fulfilling lives. Then also, it's really important when it comes to the issue of social media to go at your pace. There is no need to put yourself under so much pressure that you go out of your way to do things that you may not necessarily be comfortable doing. This is your social media platform. So even if you feel the need to do certain things, let's consider your values, consider what you're comfortable with. Don't let that pressure get to you. So, like for me, I have on I would say I have two pages. First, my personal page and my ministry or business page. So my personal page is Uyime Hamilton, and my ministry and business page is the Women Lighthouse. So for me, when it comes to my personal page, the purpose for my personal page is basically to take people through my journey. I look at my page as a personal blog. That's how I see it. I look at my page as a personal blog and I take people through my journey. These are the things that God has taken me through and that I have learned along the way and that would be helpful to you. Then I take people through my journey of both my successes, my failures, my challenges. So, and you also give you an opportunity to watch me grow. This is what I used to be before. This is what I have evolved to be. So that I'm not just someone that comes out of space. So also through my social media, personal social media, I build a track record. Why is this important? Let me give an instance. I followed, I think I came in contact with Hida Lindsay, I think sometime in 2017 or early 2018, if I'm correct about the date. And I don't even know how I came in contact with her. I can't even remember how I came in contact with her, but what I remember is I came in contact with her. So I started reading her blogs, and her blogs had like dated back to a few years before I came in contact with her. So through her blog over time, she had built a track record, and I began from the first blog she posted till the last blog. It was like me reading a book, and I learned a whole lot from there. Same thing with her YouTube channel. I began to follow her on YouTube. From her first video, I followed it up until date. And her videos over like 10 years ago, 11, 12 years ago or so, the consistency is there. So with your social media page, you can build a track record. You can show people how you've been able to grow and evolve. And that's what I do with my personal social media page. Then for my business and ministry page, which is the Women Lighthouse, that's what God has called me to birth. So I look at it as like that's my ministry. So for me, consistency is key. I show up every day for that. So if I want to talk about things specifically that has to do with women and that may not necessarily have to do with my life, but women generally, with regards to what we are doing at Women Lighthouse, which is to help African young women, specifically those aged between the age of 20 to 45, build a flourishing future for themselves, both personally and professionally. So everything I do with regards to that vision, it's on the Women Lighthouse page. And I'm more consistent with that because I show up every day for that. So I see that as work, I see that as ministry, I see that as my calling, and I show up every day. So that's it's just like how you see your 9 to 5 or how you see going to church or something like that. So these are just a few of my thoughts about how you can leverage on social media to fulfill what God has placed in your hands, understanding how you could evolve, how you can build a track record, how you can take things easy with yourself, go at your pace, not let the pressure of followership or likes or subscribers or whatever get to you, but just be you, just be authentic. I tell people, and for me, what you will see on my social media page is authenticity. Like that's one of my key words. Authenticity, relatable stories, me just being real. My experience as a woman, my expertise as a woman, connecting women with other women who have gone through similar experiences that they may be experiencing or will experience, and how they can navigate through it. So, as much as possible, be real. When you create your content, be true to yourself, be true to your values, be you and be real. So these are just a few of my thoughts and I just thought to share them with you. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? If you haven't, please do that right now. And also follow me on my social media page at Oyeme Hamilton, both on Facebook and Instagram, and also our Women Lighthouse page on Instagram at Women Lighthouse underscore, and on Facebook, Women Lighthouse. I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you. Bye.